welcome to our second Women's History Month broadcast. My name is Catherine Conlon.
And I am Olivia Duffy.
This week we honor one of the greatest American pilots of the 20th century. Amelia Earhart was one of the world's most celebrated aviators. She broke many records in the course of her short life. She disappeared while she was on a flight around the world.
Amelia Earhart was born on July 24, 1897 in Atchison, Kansas. Her parents were Edwin Stanton and Amy Otis Amelia, and she also had a sister named Muriel. Amelia and her sister loved to recite poetry while doing their chores, but they also enjoyed sports, including basketball and tennis. Their parents encouraged them to try many new things. Amelia wanted to attend college after finishing school, but she met some World War I veterans and decided to study nursing instead. During the war, Amelia worked as a military nurse in Canada, and later she became a social worker and taught English to immigrant children. Besides work, Amelia had one hobby. She enjoyed watching airplane stunt shows, which were popular in the 1920s. Then one day she took a 10-minute plane ride and knew what her career would be. She would learn to fly. Amelia worked several jobs, and with the help of her mother, she earned enough money to pay for flying lessons. After 10 hours of instruction and several crashes, Amelia was ready to fly. She made her first solo flight in 1921. The flight went well. By the next year, Amelia had saved enough money to buy her own plane. Flying was her only hobby. This changed when Amelia received a call from Captain Hilton H. Rayleigh. She asked her to join pilots Wilmer Stultz and Lewis Gordon on a flight from the United States to England. Even though Amelia was just a passenger, she became the first woman to cross the Atlantic Ocean. The plane they flew in was called the Friendship. The trip was made in June 1928. A publisher named George Putnam wrote an article on the flight, and in 1931, Amelia married him. After this, Amelia received great publicity. In May 1934, she crossed the Atlantic Ocean alone and set a new transatlantic crossing record of 13 hours and 30 minutes. She received a medal from American President Herbert Hoover for this. Several years later, she became the first woman to fly from California to Hawaii, which was a very difficult route. Amelia's last flight began in June 1937. She and navigator Fred Noonan set out to fly around the world. They took off from Miami, Florida. However, after they left for Howland Island, the American Coast Guard lost contact with the plane. They received a final message on July 2, 1937 at 8:45 a.m., and Amelia's tone was described as frantic. Despite a widespread search, the American Navy never found a trace of either the plane or the aviators. Their disappearance is still a mystery. In a tribute to Amelia, her husband published her biography entitled Soaring Wings in 1939. The biography described her adventurous life. In 2009, Amelia's extraordinary life of adventure was also portrayed in the movie Amelia.
Thank you for watching. Please tune in next week for our final broadcast for Women's History Month. Have a great day.